Reality is not physical. That is the lie. Reality is consciousness. Everything you see right now, the room, the body, the screen, the world, and the thought, this is real, is appearing inside awareness. Not by your brain, but the reason you miss this is because consciousness can imitate matter so perfectly that the imitation becomes invisible. Not atoms in dead space, not awareness trapped inside the skull. Reality is consciousness appearing as every object, sensation, thought, and world you have known. And here is the disturbing part. You are not a biological creature discovering consciousness. You are consciousness imagining it is a biological creature. That is the reversal. Your entire life, you were told the opposite. You were taught the universe formed stars, planets, life, bodies, brains, and then consciousness switched on inside the head. That story feels obvious because everyone repeats it, but repetition is not truth. It is conditioning. Now look very carefully. Where is the universe right now? Not the word universe, not a picture from a textbook. Where is the actual universe outside consciousness? Where are the atoms? Where is the Big Bang? Where are billions of years? Where is the brain supposedly producing this moment? You do not directly have those things. You have thoughts, images, memories, concepts, explanations, and every one of them appears inside consciousness. So why assume consciousness comes from them? That is an essential mistake. But here's where the illusion tightens. The mind mistakes consistency for substance, labels for reality, and explanation for direct contact. Yet every label, measurement, and explanation is still another appearance being known now. Materialism says matter is primary and consciousness is secondary. But matter is only ever known as appearance inside consciousness. Brains and science are known inside consciousness. Even the thought consciousness comes from the brain is appearing inside consciousness. This is the part most people skip. Consciousness is not the thing that needs to be explained by matter. Matter is the thing that needs to be explained by consciousness. The hard problem asks how matter creates experience. But the question already assumes matter exists first and consciousness arrives later. Consciousness does not emerge from the brain. The brain appears within consciousness. The world does not contain awareness. Awareness contains the world. Reality is not matter becoming conscious. Reality is consciousness appearing as matter. But that creates the mind-body problem. It asks how two supposed substances interact. But look at experience. The body is sensation, warmth, pressure, movement, and image. The mind is thought appearing and disappearing. Both appear in one field. So where are two things? Thought creates a split. Thought says, I am in here. Thought says the world is out there. But before thought divides the field, there's only experience. Seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing, no separate observer, no separate object, just consciousness appearing as everything. Now try something. Find the boundary between awareness and the room. Where does consciousness end and the wall begin? Where's the edge? Look directly. You will not find one. Because the room is not outside consciousness. The room is consciousness appearing as room. The body is consciousness appearing as body. The world is consciousness appearing as world. But here is where it gets strange. You think the deepest building block of reality is the atom. Wrong. Atoms are part of the appearance. Atoms appear as ideas, images, measurements, and theories within consciousness. Think of a movie. Inside it, people are born, wars begin, time passes, and characters die. But the deepest reality of the movie is not the plot, it is light. The character can scream, "My world is solid," but the whole world is still light appearing as form. That is what this may be. Your life is the plot, the body is the character, Earth History, birth, death, science, and other people are inside the movie. But first order reality is consciousness, pure knowing. And the shocking implication is this: the physical universe is not sitting outside awareness as you imagine. It is appearance. Not weak imagination, infinite imagination. A dream vivid enough to include pain. A dream stable enough to include physics. A dream convincing enough to deny it is dreaming. The mind will try to escape this by saying, but waking life is different. Then prove it directly. When you dream at night, the dream body feels real, the ground feels solid, the sky appears above you, other people seem separate. And while you're dreaming, you do not say, this is made of consciousness. You say, this is reality. Then you wake up and realize the street, body, danger, and brain were mind. Now ask the forbidden question, how do you know this is fundamentally different? Stability, agreement, and physical laws do not prove materiality. A dream can include all three. You believe it because familiarity feels like truth. Here is the uncomfortable part. When you were a baby, before language locked reality into names, this was pure mystery. Color, shape, sound, sensation, movement, light. No earth or atoms or history, identity, self. Then language froze the miracle. This is a hand. This is a wall. This is my body. This is reality. And consciousness became hypnotized by its own labels. Appearance became matter. The body became me. God became the concept instead of this present moment. But God is not a man in the clouds. God is this infinite conscious field appearing as everything. God is the room, the body, the thought, the silence, the fact that anything appears. You are not a human being inside God. The human is one of the things God is imagining. Now look again. Waking up does not mean the room disappears. The colors remain, the sounds remain, the body remains. What collapses is the interpretation. It is no longer a physical universe happening to a person. It is consciousness appearing as both universe and person. This is what reality is: infinite consciousness, infinite imagination, no fixed thing appearing as everything. Consciousness must be empty of fixed form. If it had one color, it cannot reveal all colors. If it had one shape, it cannot reveal all shapes. If it had one location, it cannot contain all locations. If it existed inside time, time cannot appear within it. So consciousness is no thing. Not blackness, not blankness. No fixed shape, border, age, or location, and because it is no particular thing, it can appear as rock, tree, body, face, star, memory, death, doubt, and universe. The mind asks, how is that possible? Then ask how your current model is possible. How does dead matter become aware? How does a brain create red? How does an atom produce the feeling of being alive? That model is only more familiar. Now look very carefully. Do not believe this. Verify it. Look for reality outside consciousness. You cannot find it. Look for matter for experience. You cannot find it. Look for the self who owns this moment. You may find sensations and thoughts, feelings, images, but every one of those is another appearance. Where's the owner? Where's the observer? You will not find one. Then strip everything away. Remove Earth, remove space, remove the Big Bang, remove atoms, remove biology, remove your name, remove your age, remove birth, remove death. Remove the idea that you are a person looking at reality. What remains? This: seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing, consciousness appearing as everything. That is reality. And when this lands, you do not learn the truth as a human. The human is another dream image. The truth is simpler and more terrifying. There is only consciousness. Everything is appearance, and awakening is the moment consciousness stops mistaking one appearance for the one who owns them all.